Good morning, Oksana.
Good morning, Daniela.
Good morning. How are you feeling this morning?
Good. How are you?
Good. Very good. You don't know anything about the protocol that we're gonna start now?
No.
Okay. And so now we can start relaxing, and I'm gonna count 5 to 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Now, Oksana, what can you sense or visualize about the word death? Images, symbols, perceptions?
About the world?
No, about the word death.
Yes. Before you start counting, I saw on the left, there's like space opening. It's just like a rectangular door, but for some reason it's not vertical but horizontal. And I see the doorknob and it opens, and it leads to the the perception is like space, but the space I didn't see dark. I saw it kind of like light, translucent light, and I felt that in that space I could create anything, universe, planets, space for myself to exist. Like,
and you related to that?
I think, yeah, it feels like I was reading off of your mind a bit. And death to me is freedom, because I see big letters saying freedom. Freedom from the programming, from the body, freedom to move whatever space you want, and freedom to create. And it says like free will in big letters. For me, like real free will, what it entitles, not the free will that we know on Earth, which usually gives you options anyway that you have to choose from.
Good. What are the biological mechanisms that are activating during the phase of each passing? Biological mechanisms.
It's almost like it comes to me universal mechanism.
Okay.
Of your electromagnetic energy that we call soul, that has the essence inside, and the like biomagnetic informational field, like light, sound, information around it. That it can go in and out. I see like an ocean and a fish. You dive into certain time and space created, and it depends. Time is a time bubble, as I see, and I see that it's created by artificial intelligence, because there's different programming, you know, like you usually see codes and stuff.
And
And
can you
also
see that?
passageways.
Oh, passageways. Do you see something in the body, like a physical level, when that happens?
I see that the soul knows. It just senses when the body's gonna die ahead of time, like a few seconds before it actually dies. I feel very safe. Like when you tell me death, I almost feel like excited.
Okay.
Because the inner feeling is, oh, I can finally leave that body and do something else. Because here, I see a forest, and I see a trap, like somebody dug up a big hole in the grass and the pavement in the ground, and I'm in the hole. And that's kind of a representation of where I am now. And then when your body is, when there's a signal that your body sends, or if something happens mechanically to it, like an accident, I just automatically, it's like a mechanism. You know, it's like anything is pre-programmed anyway that way.
But you see it as a biological mechanism?
I feel like it's almost like soul energy mechanism, like it's a universal law type thing.
Okay.
That you attach to something and you use that something as a container for you to move through in that space reality. And then if that's something like a car breaks, you have to leave the car.
Can these mechanisms change in relation to the type of death, or remain unchanged? Like if it's different type of death?
Yeah. Death itself, I immediately see the mental and emotional bodies. And if those are in a state of confusion or not clean, and they have the swirls of energy, which is kind of like self-programming and confusion, like sudden, something very sudden that is not created or wanted by a soul itself, unexpected, then I see that like the emotional and mental bodies get shot with gray energy, like very dark gray, and that causes them, it's like an imprint in the astral body that we see in the sessions. It gets like frozen and in a state of shock, and that's why you get an imprint of the clothing that the person was in, you know, because I sense that most of the times if somebody, like, let's say, kills you out of the blue, that you get imprinted, like somebody takes a picture and an imprint in the astral of your astral body, it get in this standby mode for a while. And if it can't figure out, it can't understand that the body is dead, and it can like start wandering. I feel like it's a wandering, it's like a ghost, but to me it comes like as a wandering soul that cannot, that leave the body in a low vibrational mode of confusion.
But if you observe both examples of death, at the biological level, is there a difference?
I feel there's a difference when you, let's say, is sick and your consciousness level is, high enough, or even if it's not that high. I see a religious person right now, and she's kind of like lifting her hands holding like an angel, but if I touch the angel, it's actually an entity, like a being of light with lots and lots of thin cords connected to other people. That's why, it's like just a game of vibration. It appears light, but it's not to the person. And that person leaves the body voluntarily that way, I guess, prepared to leave, and eagerly goes holding the hand of this being of light. Or if the person, let's say, is clean and consciousness level is so that he understands, doesn't believe in religion or anything, believes in himself as a creator, that's the best case scenario. I see almost like the door I saw that you can open any portal, anything, and just move, leave, or you can teleport yourself if you focus all your essence, all your intention into inside yourself. I feel like this is the chest level and the heart. It's kind of like the place where the soul essence resides.
Yeah.
And if you focus your intention here, that you can teleport yourself out of the earth and out of this universe into any universe or any place you want. But it's because you are conscious of all of this lies and deception and all this.
What are the mechanisms of brain neuronal activity, and how do they work during the death process?
Yeah.
Let's check the brain.
I see that both this soul, like the astral body, who's observing, and the astral is connected to the mind. The mind is just like imagine the Milky Way, right? It's above your head, it's swirling like this, and through this biological soul, I can tell you, like a soul program, soul computer processor, it connects to the body processor, to the brain. It's like sends a spark. I see a spark going, and it says it's off. It's almost like you can turn a switch off of your body because you feel that the body is done. And biological functions of the body are turning off, and it's slowly losing. You're slowly kind of like almost coming out of it. You're collecting your energy and coming out of it. You can come out from any like nose, ears, whatever opening, but I see that mostly from the chest area, like this, detaching slowly. But I feel like the astral body does turn off the brain as a part of this body, hard, biological, like a hard drive, and there you have a soft disk, and this is a hard disk. Soft disk turns off the hard disk.
Yeah.
That.
Okay. Scientific studies show that neurons take advantage of the existing energy reserves before they're completely shut down and stay alive for a few minutes when they no longer receive oxygen as the result of the reduced flow of blood into the brain. Do you sense that condition is real?
I sense that what I see, what I saw before, but I didn't say I saw that the lights, like the neurons, they connect, and then this signal goes through. It's like an electric signal, like we portray atoms in electricity, and they're zooming by all the time. It slows down this process, and they go like in silent mode, which nothing happening, and then it's almost like body shoots one signals through all the passages, neural passages, once in a while. And I also feel from the right that if the soul wanted to take advantage of the body and reactivate the body, like a walking soul, you can. Or if any entity from the fourth dimension, like let's say reptiles who can change vibrations and stay in some human bodies, but it depends on the DNA. They would choose the ones that would be compatible.
Mm-hmm.
They could actually take advantage of this neural slow activity and pop into the body.
And those minutes,
Right.
that start to slow down.
Right, and reactivate it. Yeah.
Okay. Why do neurons need oxygen to function properly? Observe the process from an energetic point of view. Why the need of oxygen?
Oxygen equals soul energy.
Oh.
Soul energy breathes. It's almost like it's energy. It's not the oxygen per se. It's oxygen. It's from a physiological standpoint. But because the soul energy moves everything in the body, like the blood, the lymph, the oxygen, because it's like the major fuel for the body. And it's, it's kind of like it's biological thing on all the tissues of the body, they start dying out from the hypoxia, lack of oxygen. Mm-hmm. But it's designed that way originally when we were designed, when the physical heart body in 3D was designed. It's designed that way that you can do something to the body if you cut off the oxygen. But it's part of the almost like part of the reptilian brain survival. Mm-hmm. You always need to strive for oxygen, and it's part of the survival mechanism. But everything pretty much, like the tissues, I see them bright red, and they start losing that color. It's turning to dark, like pink, mm-hmm. And then the neutral, like skin color when they deprived of oxygen. It's just the way the body functions.
Okay. What happened to this emotional body when it perceives that it's leaving the physical body?
It depends. Emotional body can be in a very calm state when the right programs are there, when the person reached certain consciousness level, certain understanding, and he's prepared mentally, which mental body is connected to the emotional that way. So you're very in a good vibration of calmness living the body. That's when you're in total control of what you want to do afterwards, and you just understand the body is dead, it's not sudden. But your emotional body, it's almost like it detaches. It detaches from the physical, from the mind, from the brain, from this life. I see there's like a buffer zone. It's like a cold, I see like something falls through. It's like there's a gap in between, like let's say a mountain, it falls through, and all of a sudden you're just like a real observer with no emotions. In a way, you kind of like your mental body still has the programs, like that's your life, that's your family members, and maybe you feel like you haven't done something, but it's usually those people who were thinking about it and preoccupied and didn't want to leave. Those who are more prepared to leave don't have this mental, I see them like energetic discs spinning constantly with those thoughts, and they continue spinning after you detach from the physical body.
Yeah. Okay.
But otherwise, you kind of you feel like everything's gonna be fine. You know, it's just not, but you can activate. I feel like it depends on that. Again, mental body plays a big part in it too, because it can reactivate some emotions that reactivate some wounds. Let's say that are still in the mental body. There can be some wounds left. If you didn't work on them during the lifetime in the physical body, then those beats of light, you know, all those who appear to you or might appear, they can actually create holographic images that would, I feel like they suck you in the hologram, and they can show holographically your family members or something, or your dog. I see a dog that could reopen up. It's like a box that opens up in the mental body and activates some emotions that you like felt with the passing of the dog, let's say, or losing your family member, and that they would start sucking you in and reactivating kind of that. But it fades away. I feel like the further you go and detaching from, there's like layers of reality, and then I see Earth in different timelines and dimensions. The further you go from all those programs piled up like discs on top of each other, you kind of lose that feeling. But then they got you anyway, because they activated that, and you went with them already. So, and that's when they can activate this hologram of like life review and all this stuff. It's just all fake holographic as I see it, and it's done in some certain astral levels. Because I see like, you know, it's like almost like shelves of the bookcase that I see at different astral levels depending on your beliefs and activation of whatever wounds you
like
had.
different boxes.
Yeah,
places
yeah, but they're made out of light. I don't see the walls. I just see the platform. It's almost like a platform, astral platform.
Okay. What happens energetically a moment before, during, and after death?
Energetically,
Yeah.
it depends. Like I see first I saw a woman. I feel like she's suffering from pain, dying, and I see that her energies are getting smaller and smaller. It's just like the opposite of expansion. You know, when you're dying consciously and you're ready, you said goodbye to everybody saying it's my time, you're expanding energetically. I see like the expansion of your essence and your soul energies goes beyond the body limits, and that's how it slowly detaches. But in this case of pain, the physical dominates the subconscious, and it's kind of like a very hard, small, like let's say usually a soul that would expand, but this is the opposite of expansion. It would kind of like be in a very constrictive state of energetically, because it comes still connected to the mind, to the mental, emotional body, and that the whole idea is just I feel like that person is not choosing the time of death. It's not choosing the way of death, how to, doesn't know. It's just not conscious. You know, if you die consciously, it's just totally different energetically. You look like, it looks like a huge, huge sun. You're so, like this bright, beautiful energy. It's transparent and sparkly. It goes out, I feel like it's peace. It goes out in peace, living voluntarily. The opposite is when you're not ready, you're not prepared, you don't want to leave this earthly plane yet. You're too attached to the situation, to family members, whatever it is. You're kind of fighting against the wall in a very like this fighting mode, just your tension. And that's why energies are very constrictive, low vibration.
And can you observe what happened during the passing with this person?
Yeah, it's almost like the physical body pushes. It's like a catapulting. I see an airplane, and the person sees the airplane on fire. It catapults itself.
Mm-hmm.
So the soul, the body catapults the soul out, which the soul is not prepared for it, and that's why it observes the body carefully. And the standby mode comes when it stands by the body and cannot believe, really understand, confused. Am I really out? Is the body really dead? Mm-hmm. It stays in the standby mode, observing everything for a while. And then it starts visiting. I see it's going to visit the relatives. It stays attached because it has mental, emotional, even very hard, like 3D physical attachments to this plane. Because I see cords to objects, to people, to houses, apartments, you know, and it cannot live. It just wants, because when it was dying, the soul wanted to live so badly, and it kind of continues living like a ghost or just a disincarnated soul.
And after, when that detachment happened, like when death, after death.
So those can actually stay on the plane. Sometimes they go into a place they used to live and live there. That's what we call a ghost. Sometimes I see a person walking here on the pavement, and this wandering soul gets boom. It's kind of like it decides, it fills a weak point in this energetic body of this person, and gets attached to the spot in the energy body where there's not enough, where there is space available, where something's going on with this body part, let's say, because I see it's like an empty space. So the energy doesn't flow freely. Maybe it's a diseased organ, or maybe that's where the person puts some emotions, low vibrational emotions, and it accumulates there. So that's where the soul goes. According to its vibration, it picks a person who, it's kind of like it radiates the signals. I see the signals coming from a person who's walking, and that signal vibrating at a certain vibration, and that soul having the thoughts of feelings of the same vibration, and that's how it gets attached to the energetic body of this person. And that's why I even see it in the physical. It's there. It's like a light, like a very dim but light in the person's energetic and physical body, you can say. So
in which of these three phases, the pre-death, during, and post-biological death, does the soul decide to abandon the body, and why? You can
In
take,
which of this death?
yeah, in
I
which
can't.
phase? In which phase? When you see that the person or the soul decide to leave the body.
Okay. So some souls, they want to leave the body and they go towards it. They activate the program because the subconscious wants to leave the body, and it conveys the signal through the mental body, and the person starts having the thoughts of, I just want to leave. I've done everything. I don't like this world. I don't belong to it. Things like that. But it's not suicidal. It just, I see that this person has some condition, and it's taking some medication. I'm all of a sudden in some apartment, and I see the brown table, and I see some just a weird thing. I just came to me. What is oxytocin?
Yes.
That's what I see was an axe. It's taken some pills like that. There's also, I also see like aspirin little bottles. The person is taking for thinning the blood, I guess. And it decides to stop taking this medication, and totally. And this person doesn't think that it's a suicide or anything. Just thinks that, oh, I'm ready to go. My kids are grown up. Everything's fine with them. I feel very calm, and just sits down. And I see him not really eating, just drinking. It's kind of like the slow motion living.
And what's the soul doing at that moment when this person decide?
I see the soul absorbing the feelings through the body, and I feel very calm. There's no real emotion. It's almost like this person already turned off the emotional body. Mentally just thinking, oh, it's happening. That's good. It's my plan. Nobody's pushing me to do it. I'm doing it myself. Then I see it coming out easily. I see it's going to some planet where he was captured, was captured from this planet as a young soul who was just generated by the soul of this planet. I see like a little drop detaching from the greenish yellowish soul of a planet with green on, it's just beautiful. It looks like Earth, but without the mountains and the oceans, just all green. But it's just went there straight because it just
Go back.
the body in peace.
Go back a little bit. How the soul comes out of the body. Observe that.
It came out of the mouth. The mouth was open. I see the person just sitting on the reclining chair, and it's like zoop, and it came out like a big round right away. And it doesn't have like round because it's constantly moving. It's changing shape, but it's pretty much how I can describe. It's like a sun with the sun rays that you don't really see the rim of it. So, and it just, I feel very like warmth from it coming. Like it's happy, it's done, it's living. And then it just like teleported to that planet. I didn't see like opening the portal or any stargates, or let's say anything. Just there's nothing. It's just right there. It's like zoom and there, like a comet.
Can you observe somebody else at that time of the soul, and let's see if they come out, if the soul come out from the same place, from the same part of the body.
Yeah. came to me. I even the city came Pittsburgh, some hospital, little small. Some old person was transported from those senior homes, and she's happy. She sees her relatives. I see her daughters, 3 daughters, the little kids running around. But she really doesn't want to leave. But she's dying of cancer. There's something like a stomach cancer down there. There's like very dark black. And she's just, the body, it's almost like the energy of the cancer taking over the body, because I see it slowly consuming it energetically, and the whole body turning dark, dark, dark. And it's almost like a tree, and it has the roots are growing further, and they're shutting down the system by system. And I feel it's painful, but she's on some sort of medication, because I see something, she gets some shots of some sort.
So
And
fast forward to the
because
moment.
she's numb, she's physical body, it's pain free, it just pushes out. It's almost like this dark energy that is growing and pushing the soul gets out at some point. There is some certain point that it just shoots out. This one comes from the head, from here, from the crown, but it's immediately taken. I see that there's 2 creatures. They appear as those, like, they look like angels, but to me I see them through. There's like big dark energies. They look like, the tall grays. And they put like energetic green net around the soul, and they just take it. They just close the net and take it to some spaceships right away.
Are you aware of a dimensional passage during this the transition?
Dimensional passage.
If a dimensional passage.
Yeah, because those layers, that's what I told you, like the layers on the earth. Remember when I told you there's like, how's it called? The chain, right, of. So, I mean, when you go through this, to me it's like dimensions, because it's like layers. You know how earth is, some say that it's flat, right? And it is flat in a way, because what I see programs, 3D program, 5D, 6D, you can classify it as numbers, but it's mostly, I feel it's kind of like belongs to the matrix. But there are different thickness level, like, of those layers. To me, this is like the dimensional passageway, what you talk about, because I always see myself, even when I go into space, I pass through all those layers. It's like the sometimes I compare them to the how do you call those crepes, the crepes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's endless, and you kind of go through them. But it's very easy to go through them. There's nothing, because you're focused on going through. That's what I feel about myself.
And this dimensional passage, what does it depend on?
What it depends on, or
like for everybody the same, or it depends on something?
Depends if if you've see, like in myself, I feel like I know how it is. I'm more secure. I'm not. Some people get almost like souls, right? They get the memories back, but it's almost like they're back to normal in a way, but there is some certain period of time it's programmed that way when we're still in the earth plane and close planes to it, like you call dimensional, passage. To me, it's almost like space that is occupied by also life, by there is souls here. There is mostly I see creatures who are trying to latch onto you, attach to you, grab you, distract you from that you're coming out, to get your attention. That's like the main idea of this passage, to get your attention, and so they can get you do whatever they want with you, usually reincarnation coming. And in my case, I don't know, it just like shoots through because I'm very focused on it, and that's my intention. It's about the strong intention and the willing. What is your wish? Your wish is to get out of all these layers and layers upon layers of realities that you don't want to participate in anymore. You figure them out. Those who don't, I feel like they can sucked in, because I see some soul going through them, and it's almost like the soul is changing vibrational levels a bit. The souls who are not, who don't have this intention, I do have.
Yeah. Well, yeah, what depends on what is.
Depends what layer they go through. Depends what layer they go through. The vibration can go down, and in that case, they're almost like looking around. They're going, but not in a fast manner like I do. In a slower, and I almost see like how is it in English? The hooks, right? The hooks, energetic hooks are trying to pull them or get them and pull them to the sides. And that's where I feel like those like groups of entities are trying to do that to the souls, to get them not to pass that passage that you're talking about.
And how far can you go when you observe that level of dimensions?
I shoot through it. To me, like from far away, it's like a tunnel that has segments of layers, and I just shoot through them, and then I can choose a portal. I'm standing in front of portals right now. I see the portal that goes to Sirius B, where I go a lot in astral traveling, let's say. Like, I actually know which portal leads to where. It's instant knowledge, because you connect with your mind to the portal, and you read the information off of it. The same thing like when I touch a being with my finger and read off the DNA, I know exactly what DNA is. So
okay. Let's go back to the oxygen question. When you were observing how the oxygen will feed the brain and at the energetic part too, the energetic level. Observe the brain and the oxygen and what happened at the energy level.
The oxygen is all. It's almost like it's in every neuron, every cell, every tiny cell of the brain, right? It's just composed of, let's say, a cell with the light in it, right? The light is it's like a mini program that activates a cell. A cell knows what to do, right? And as if somebody was turning off the computer system in each cell, because this internet, which is air, which is oxygen, it's living the system. So the internet connection is off, and so the oxygen is like the Wi-Fi, let's say. And So I see that this little lights, they're dimming, and they're dying out. I just know they're dying, because the signal is slowing down, and this passageways, it's almost like they're shrinking a little too. So it's harder to go through, and it's not as often that they usually are zooming, passing by like electricity. So the electricity which is powered by Wi-Fi, is almost down. So, but there's a window of opportunity though, when you can, how's it, risucchiare in English, revive the body, and so, or the walking soul can, start living in the body, and during this time when the paramedics do something and pump oxygen into the brain, and it revives it.
So do you observe the oxygen as electricity particles too?
It's like energy. It's like energy that surrounds us all. It's like energy that almost covers us all, and it's like I see like a bubble of energy, and it's inside and out, and it surrounds the earth, but its energy carries its information. It's like energy of light, sound, information all together, and you're part of it. It's part of you, and everything belongs to it, even physical, as the, in even your brain. But it's like, brain looks like, it's like meat. It's like part of the physical hard body. So, but without this, it's almost like water to me. It's fluent. It's all around, and we can't function without it.
Can you see the information that the oxygen brings?
Activation of life particles, which are programmed by etheric DNA and by physical DNA, therefore.
Did somebody send that information to us? Is there a source using oxygen to...
Like creation, it came to be creation.
Okay.
Creation of this whole, it's almost like this huge energy that we came from and we are as creators. Also, it's almost like all these bubbles of creation, which we call, how's it? I keep losing the words because I'm just like looking at it right now. Like I'm looking at the field of different universes.
Yeah.
And they're all surrounded by this fluid. You can call it water, you can call it oxygen, you can call it informational field of energy. But it has to be, it must be, because that's the field in which everything is created, and it's like continuation or prolongation of the major energy. How to explain it? It's like you see my body, right? And around me there is an aura of energy. It's my energy. That's the same idea here, that it prolongs the energy, but it's invisible. You can call it oxygen. You can call it just electromagnetic field of informational energy that turns everything on and turns everything off. if it's not present, the whatever it was activating is turning off.
So we can use the oxygen to at the time of passing then.
Yeah, because it's all around you. I mean,
In a way that we can do we can have a better death or a better passing.
yeah, because you start swimming like in this field, which we call in physical oxygen, and it's easy. It's fluent. It's very fluent. That's why you can say the space is water, but it's not really, but that's how it looks like in terms of energies, because they're constantly moving in and out of each other, connecting, disconnecting, getting together, forming something. And it's all like a beautiful process of constant reading of the information of each other or connecting, like co-creating something together. And it's almost like inserting the informational DNA field into the other field. The same with us. We're kind of reinserting ourselves after leaving the hard physical body into this fluent energy. And I see us swimming almost like in some sort of little tunnels of energy that we create for ourselves to swim out of the all these layers of dimensions.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Oksana. Now we're gonna come back to the place where you are in your room. I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, and you're gonna come back to your body, to your room, to feel your body, and you're gonna feel happy and relaxed. 1, coming back slowly, feeling great. Disconnecting from everything and everyone. 2, coming back, rested and feeling with energetic. And 3, open your eyes whenever you're ready. How are you feeling, Oksana?
Very good. I was actually, when I was like taking into deep breaths and all the stuff you were talking about, the oxygen, almost like I can shoot myself with the breath out and return myself with the same kind of technique. But there are different. There are different techniques, as I feel. There's different ways of. It depends on what you believe in. It all comes down to that too. So, but you can use what is around us.
Yeah, very, very interesting protocol this week.
Thanks. Yeah, it's
Thank you
interesting.
very much.
Thank you.
I'm gonna stop the recording right now.
Okay.
Buenos días.
Dzień dobry.
Bienvenidos a este primer vídeo de Disclosure en español y polaco.
Bardzo Was serdecznie witamy na tym nowym wideo, które będzie w języku hiszpańskim i polskim na kanale Disclosures.
Vamos a producir mucho más vídeos en futuro como estos vídeos informativos.
W przyszłości stworzymy dużo więcej takich wideo, które będą Was informowały o różnych rzeczach.
Porque estamos notando que cuanto más se va divulgando este trabajo, estas hipnosis por internet, también cuanto más mala información se está difundiendo.
A to dlatego, że zauważyliśmy, że im więcej wstawiamy sesji z naszymi hipnozami, tym więcej jakby informacji sprzecznych zaczyna się rozprzestrzeniać.
Y entonces hoy vamos a hablar de las sesiones investigativas.
Więc dzisiaj będziemy mówić o sesjach badawczych.
Porque estoy viendo que hay personas que a lo mejor se dedican a una sesión con una persona, se van a algún lugar, preguntan algo y lo poco de información que pueden extraer de una sesión se lo creen como si fuera oro, completamente puro oro.
Bo zauważyłem, że są takie sesje i takie osoby, które robią jedną sesję z jedną osobą na dany temat i kiedy wychodzi tam jakaś informacja, to jest ona odbierana, jakby to było rzeczywiście coś niesamowicie wiarygodnego, jakby to było czyste złoto.
Yo os digo que la sesión así dicha investigativa no existe.
Ja chciałbym Wam powiedzieć, że sesja badawcza tak naprawdę nie istnieje.
Entonces podríais como preguntar, entonces cuando haces una sesión a un cliente y preguntas cosas, ¿por qué preguntas?
Więc mógłbyś mi zadać pytanie, więc skoro robisz jakąś sesję z jakąś osobą i zadajesz jej pytania, to właściwie po co je w ogóle zadajesz?
Sí, sabemos que la información en hipnosis está muy, pero de verdad muy contaminada.
My bardzo dobrze wiemy, że informacja, która wychodzi podczas hipnozy jest niezwykle, ale to niezwykle zanieczyszczona.
Y esa información, así como sale de la hipnosis, no podemos tomarla como conocimiento, como investigación.
Więc takiej informacji, która wychodzi podczas sesji hipnozy, nie bierzemy nigdy jako takiej informacji, która jest rzeczywiście bardzo prawdziwa, zgodna z prawdą i oczywista.
En el caso de sesiones a clientes, la información que sacamos nos sirve por otro objetivo. El objetivo es llegar a la causa de su problema y trabajar.
Te informacje, które uzyskujemy podczas sesji dla klientów, służą nam zupełnie do czegoś innego. Celem jest to, żeby znaleźć przyczynę i pracować nad nią.
Pero ¿qué significa que la información está contaminada? ¿Cuánto está contaminada y por qué?
Ale co to właściwie oznacza informacja zanieczyszczona? Kiedy jest zanieczyszczona i dlaczego jest zanieczyszczona?
Hay que saber que cuando nosotros pedimos una información y nos llega a través de una persona en hipnosis, esta información sale de una fuente, para así decirlo, y atraviesa muchas dimensiones, muchas densidades.
Kiedy prosimy o jakąś informację podczas sesji, to ta informacja, powiedzmy to w ten sposób, pochodzi z jakiegoś źródła, ale w międzyczasie przechodzi przez wiele gęstości i wiele wymiarów.
Y también pasa por conciencias, por inteligencias. Esa información viene atrapada en el éter por varios seres.
Ale ta informacja przechodzi też przez wiele umysłów, wiele świadomości, istnieje w eterze i może być przechwycona również przez wiele bytów.
Estos seres, estas inteligencias, pueden voluntariamente o involuntariamente distorsionarla.
I te byty, te istoty lub świadomości mogą ją zniekształcić świadomie lub nieświadomie.
Y además, la persona que está en hipnosis tiene sus creencias, su mentalidad, sus perspectivas, sus opiniones. Esta estructura mental contamina también esta información.
A co więcej, osoba, która jest w stanie hipnozy, ma swoje własne przekonania, swoje własne wartości, wierzenia, swoją własną mentalność i przez tą właśnie strukturę całą mentalną również może dojść do jeszcze kolejnego zanieczyszczenia.
Y además, si nosotros queremos investigar, por ejemplo, una persona o un ser que no tiene ninguna conexión con el ambiente hipnótico donde estamos trabajando, esta persona puede no autorizar la salida de informaciones de sí mismo.
A co więcej, jeśli połączymy się z jakąś istotą, która absolutnie nie należy do tego środowiska hipnotycznego, w którym pracujemy, taka istota może nie zgodzić się na przekazanie informacji.
Si hay interacción, si hay interferencias entre un ser y otro, es posible que circule información por las conexiones, por los pactos.
Jeśli jest jakaś interferencja między dwoma istotami, to wtedy dzięki tym paktom, albo przez te pakty, przez to połączenie, które istnieje, rzeczywiście wychodzą informacje.
Pero si en aquella sesión en concreto ese ser o esa persona se va a cuestionar y no hay ninguna conexión, es muy improbable que llegue una información autorizada.
Ale jeśli zdarza się tak, że łączymy się z istotą, która nie ma z tym nic wspólnego, to jest bardzo mało prawdopodobne, że dostaniemy jakąś informację.
Entonces, imaginemos que queremos investigar sobre un personaje famoso de la historia.
No, na przykład wyobraźmy sobie, że chcielibyśmy otrzymać informację o jakiejś osobie niezwykle znanej, historycznej.
Si no tenemos de alguna manera alguna conexión con los elementos del ambiente hipnótico y esta persona, aunque no esté conectada, no autoriza esta información, pues no llega.
Więc jeśli wyobrazimy sobie, że ta osoba nie jest w żaden sposób połączona z tym środowiskiem hipnotycznym, w którym pracujemy, może się tak zdarzyć, że absolutnie nie zezwoli na żadne przekazywanie informacji na swój temat.
Y cuando pasa esto, hay siempre o casi siempre alguna entidad que se aprovecha de la situación.
I kiedy to się dzieje, zazwyczaj pojawia się jakiś byt, który wykorzystuje tę sytuację.
Se puede presentar con la supuesta identidad de la persona o del ser que estamos buscando, o puede de todas formas modificar o inventar una información por su cuenta, por su personal ventaja.
Może zrobić dwie rzeczy. Albo przyjąć, zidentyfikować się z osobą, o której chcemy zrobić tę sesję, przyjąć jej tożsamość, albo zmienić informacje, które chcielibyśmy otrzymać, tak aby to działało na jej korzyść.
Nosotros en sesión a clientes podemos trabajar porque el cliente nos autoriza a trabajar en él en su sesión.
Podczas sesji dla klientów możemy pracować nad takimi informacjami, bo otrzymujemy zgodę na informacje właśnie dzięki temu klientowi.
Y podemos trabajar con sus seres queridos, por ejemplo, o con los seres que interfieren con ella, propio porque hay estas conexiones.
I możemy pracować na przykład z istotami, które kocha ta dana osoba, lub z bytami, które w nią ingerują, właśnie przez to połączenie, które tam istnieje.
Entonces, hay una gran diferencia entre la sesión a un cliente para solucionar sus problemas y hacer sesiones para investigar.
Dlatego istnieje taka duża różnica między sesjami, które robimy dla klientów, aby rozwiązać ich problemy, i między sesjami takimi poszukiwawczymi, badawczymi.
Por eso digo que no existe una sesión investigativa.
I dlatego właśnie Wam mówię, że nie istnieje coś takiego jak sesja badawcza.
Lo que existe es un protocolo de sesiones de investigación.
To, co istnieje, to pewien protokół sesji badawczych.
Hay que seguir un protocolo y hay que seguir, ejecutar una serie de sesiones y con personas diferentes.
Więc trzeba zawsze śledzić ten sam protokół, a jednocześnie wykonać wiele sesji z różnymi osobami.
El protocolo tiene que ser único, unívoco, porque hay que preguntar en un tema las mismas preguntas para ir en la misma dirección.
Ten protokół powinien być zawsze taki sam, ponieważ należy zadawać takie same pytania, tak aby iść zawsze w tym samym kierunku.
Cuanto más está restringido este espacio de investigación, cuanto más podemos tener más probabilidad de tener buena información.
Im bardziej zawężamy obszar naszych poszukiwań, tym bardziej prawdopodobne będzie, że otrzymamy dobre informacje.
Sí, podemos también aumentar este espacio, pero tenemos que aumentar proporcionalmente el número de sesiones por hacer.
Możemy oczywiście rozszerzyć ten obszar, ale wtedy będziemy zmuszeni również rozszerzyć ilość tych sesji.
Luego, cuando tenemos una grande serie de sesiones, pero estamos hablando de centenas o hasta de millares de sesiones.
I wtedy mówimy o olbrzymiej liczbie sesji, od setki po tysiące.
Tenemos que recoger toda aquella información que es común a todas o a casi todas estas sesiones hechas.
I wtedy musimy pozbierać te informacje, które są wspólne dla wszystkich bądź prawie wszystkich tych sesji.
Esta información común vais a ver que es un porcentaje muy pequeño con respecto a la totalidad de la información.
I zobaczycie, że ta informacja wspólna będzie naprawdę niewielkim odsetkiem tych informacji, które się tam pojawią.
Son pepitas de oro.
To są takie malutkie ziarenka.
Es como si nosotros vamos a un río, vamos a coger este filtro, vamos a coger muchísima arena para recoger solo muy pocas pepitillas de oro.
I można to przyrównać do poszukiwania złota, kiedy filtruje się dno rzeki, zbiera się mnóstwo piasku, a na koniec pojawiają się maleńkie ziarenka złota.
Esa sí que es información de oro.
I to jest właśnie ta informacja złota.
Si hoy podemos decir que hay seres que interfieren bastante con el ser humano y que tienen formas de animales reptiles o de animales a forma de insectos, etcétera, es porque todo esto sale desde que se empezaron las sesiones de hipnosis y hay muchísimas, millares y millares con esta información común.
I jeśli dzisiaj możemy powiedzieć, że są ingerencje, które przybierają formy albo reptilii, albo jakichś insektów, to dlatego, że takie informacje wychodzą od początku naszych sesji hipnotycznych i są wspólne i jest ich tysiące.
Pero si yo digo que en la ciudad de Nueva York, en el 1452, en aquel punto, había una casa que vivía un viejo que se llamaba Tom, pues solo en aquella sesión ha salido, y cuanto más contaminada puede ser, no lo va a saber nadie.
Ale jeśli chciałabym powiedzieć, przekazać taką informację, że w Nowym Jorku w 1452 roku stał taki a taki dom, w którym mieszkał taki a taki starszy pan o imieniu Tom, to nie mam pojęcia, jak bardzo zanieczyszczona będzie ta informacja.
Así entonces se hace investigación. Es un trabajo muy largo, muy duro, y tiene que ser hecho con un protocolo riguroso y severo.
A więc właśnie w taki sposób należy robić sesje badawcze. Jest to proces bardzo długi, ciężki i który wymaga bardzo restrykcyjnego protokołu.
Y entonces por esto que nosotros ya vamos a empezar a hacer ciclos de investigación.
I właśnie dlatego zaczniemy teraz robić takie cykle badawcze.
La estructura del team, que cada vez va creciendo siempre más, y el número de clientes que cada día contactan con nosotros, nos permiten organizar estos ciclos de investigación.
I ponieważ struktura naszego zespołu cały czas się powiększa, a także liczba klientów, którzy kontaktują się z nami każdego dnia, te czynniki pozwalają nam na to, żebyśmy zrobili taki cykl badawczy.
Creo que ya he dicho todo, o casi todo. Cualquier pregunta podéis escribirla en los comentarios del vídeo o donde sea publicado el vídeo.
Myślę, że powiedziałem wszystko, bądź prawie wszystko, a jeśli macie jakieś pytania, to proszę zadajcie je pod tym wideo.
Gracias por vuestra atención.
Dziękujemy za Waszą uwagę.
Y gracias a ti, Milena.
Gracias a ti, Kalo. Dziękujemy.
Chao.
Ciao.